Alright, as I said in my last video, it is, well now it's basically 1 a.m., April 17th. Apparently Resident Evil 6, of course, is going to happen, everyone knows this, but apparently zombies are back. And you can run and shoot at the same time, and it doesn't have that quirky control, like tank controls, as they would call them. Apparently they've scaled the enemies to kind of compensate for the more controlled. But I'm actually pretty excited now. Hopefully this game's gonna be better than 5, because so here's how Resident Evil's gone for me. I didn't get into it, like the old ones, until years later, like way later. I think maybe even like PlayStation 2 era or something. Or maybe late PS1, I don't know, but I got into it way later, and I said, these controls are bad, and needing ribbons to save is just work, and I just wasn't having it. But I like the atmosphere, I like the spookiness. So I respected that. And into the PS2, I was like, maybe I should check out these Resident Evil games. I did it on the GameCube too, and I played those for a few hours, and I go, these games are still awful, like they were back in the day, except for back in the day it was acceptable, because, you know, that's where technology was. But they made those games like that for a long time, way longer than it should be acceptable. And Resident Evil 4 was coming, and I was like, I don't think I'll care about Resident Evil 4, and then I saw gameplay, and I was like, I'll try this, because if you reserve the game at GameStop, they would give you like this little GameCube Resident Evil 4 demo disc, and I played it, and I was like, well, I'm pretty excited for this. And I ended up loving Resident Evil 4. I beat the hell out of that game on GameCube, and then I got it for PlayStation 2 because they added a lot to it. They added that armor for Ashley so she wouldn't get hurt by zombies, which made the whole game just so much better, because you didn't have to worry about fucking guiding her around. That was like the worst thing about Resident Evil 4. Zombies would try to pick her up with that suit of armor and like fall over because she was so heavy. So that was pretty cool. And even if you accidentally shot her, it wouldn't matter, because it just bounce off. So, and then I think I got it for the Wii. I bought that game like 3 times. It's really embarrassing thinking what a nerd I was with Resident Evil 4. But it was actually really cool on the Wii, because you could aim with the controller, and on the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube I used rifles a whole lot just for the added accuracy. And I almost never used them on the Wii, because the controller was just so accurate. It was the best way to play that game. It actually controlled great. You can move really well with it. Most games that have moving the controller around and aiming with the Wii controller, it's sometimes kind of goofy. So, that was great. And then I played 5. That wasn't a very good experience. Like, it was just kind of mediocre all the way through. Graphics were really good. That was about it. I remember the boss fights just being crap. A real frustrating experience, because they didn't always give you the guns and the ammo that you needed to be successful. So I barely scraped by through those boss fights with almost no ammo. I beat it. It wasn't great. So, and then I heard this Resident Evil. There was some other Resident Evil game, Operation Raccoon City or something, and I haven't heard too many good things about that. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm even gonna care. Resident Evil 6 sounds interesting. The fact that zombies are back and they're going for the scare factor. Because, I mean, back in the day, that I always preferred Silent Hill, because the Japanese method of scaring you is all about suspense. And the moment in appropriate horror, in my opinion, the best moments in horror are scaring you without seeing what's going to scare you. Now, a lot of American stuff, they just kind of go, boo, and it jumps out, and that's about it. But in Japan, it's all about just, you're afraid, but there's nothing even around. You don't see the monster until much later in the movie, or the ghost, or whatever. But it's just the audio and the suspenseful. They know how to make good horror. And the audio in Silent Hill was real spooky, and just the atmosphere was just real crazy. I loved 1, 2, and 3, and then I think they changed studios, and a bunch of Americans are making it now. It's just a drag. Like 4 just had real annoying enemies, and then I played that what was that one, Homecoming, for the Xbox 360, and I also played that PSP game, and then they ported it to PS2, and it was just, that game sucked too. They've been crap, and I used to really love it. I got, I actually gave my original Xbox to a friend, because they were gonna release that Silent Hill 2 and 3 HD collection, and then that thing turned out to be real bad, so now he's got my Xbox and my copy of Silent Hill 2, and I could rebuy it for cheap, so it's not like, it's not really a problem, but I was like, maybe it was a bad idea giving up my Silent Hill 2, but anywho, but I like what I'm hearing about Resident Evil 6. I think going back to zombies, like real scary, slow zombies, it could be a great thing. Hopefully they don't mess it up, because I'm not going to buy the game until it's out for a while and I hear some people talking about it and investigate, do some reviews, read some reviews about it. So yeah, zombies. I like zombies. Anyway, what do you, I want to hear your opinions on the Resident Evil franchise, the whole thing, or say whatever you feel about Resident Evil, and how do you feel about 6. So yeah, anyway, it's past 1 o'clock, I'm going to bed, and yeah, that's a pile of clothes. If you didn't see in my other video, I work in school all the time. You just stop caring about cleaning up. They're clean, so I don't have grimy ass clothes on my floor.